On today's podcast, we're going to be covering ISO, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast.
Many of the topics that we cover on this podcast can be a bit complex, but what we try to do is break them down into bite-sized chunks with very high-level looks at them. Today, we're going to be covering ISO. ISO is the International Organization for Standardization, and the best way to think about it is conformity. If you went to your favorite restaurant and every time you went, you were getting a different taste, a different smell, a different packaging, and a different presentation, it probably wouldn't remain your favorite for very long, and you probably wouldn't frequent it anymore. And so think of conformity as you expect something to be the same every single time you get it. And you expect it to be the same in the form of quality, in the form of packaging, and in the form of an overall product. But you want to think about conformity as kind of spreading out all over your company. It should be in your culture. It should be in your quality. It should be in your safety. It should be in your regulations. It should be in your way that you treat your employees. It should be everywhere. And if you think about the word Kaizen, it is going to be a concept of constant and never-ending improvement. So if you're following the 5S methodology anyway, then you know that the last S of the 5S methodology basically just acts to improve upon the other four S's. So if we are following an idea of constant and never-ending improvement, and conformity also involves safety, then we're 100% on board. Now, again, this is a very high-level outlook at ISO. Just basically think of it as if it's in place, your customer can expect absolute quality all the time, and that it should be always improving. So until next time, here's a word from one of our sponsors.
You want an organized workspace. You want a safe and efficient way to lay out your shop or warehouse. But it takes forever to mask and paint the floor lines, only to watch them fade and smear and have to do it all over again. The solution? Mighty Line Tape. Mighty Line floor tape is simply the most durable floor tape available. It's 7 times thicker than most other floor tapes. It's beveled on the edges so it can handle an army of forklifts. And it comes up anytime with no scraping and no residue. Why mess with the mess and the fumes of floor paint when Mighty Line has the rolls, shapes, colors, and signs that fall right in line with 5S standards? There's a place for everything, and everything has its place. That's why we're here. There's only one American-made Mighty Line tape, the only durable stripe.
You can find the show notes to each episode, links to information mentioned on the vodcast, the social media platforms we're on, and anything else related to the vodcast at warehousesafetytips.com. And if you want to catch our podcast and or request a sample pack of Mighty Line, visit mightylinetape.com/safety tips. Thank you for watching Warehouse Safety Tips, and have a safe day.